that like average weekly demand is 800 units. So demand what he has given is 800 units, and weekly standard deviation. So he's asking weekly standard deviation is how much? It's 1000. No, it's 100 only. It's 100 units, and holding cost is, that is CC, is rupees 0.2 per unit, and this is per week. This is what is important. He has given per week, and unit price is CU is rupees 40. Lead time is of 4 weeks. Lead time is of 4 weeks. Then service level is 95%. 95% is your service level. Determine safety stock. So he's asking what is safety stock. So in the previous class, we have already seen that the formula for safety stock and all these things, like we have seen that like reorder level is equal to, x bar plus z into sigma. We have seen this in the previous class, right? So this is your mean, and this is your standard normal variate, and this is your standard deviation, right? So the standard normal variate, this table also we have seen. So for me, your voice is breaking. So is it only the Nivish that is facing the problem of my voice break, or is everyone having the same problem? No clear. No problem. So I think Nivish, please check your internet connection. I think you have problem here because Naveen, Nazil, Prithvi, Lakshay, everybody is having no problem with my voice. So I think please check your internet issue there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm continuing here. So I told you that service level is related to this standard normal variate. So if you go back and see the table, what does this problem want? He wants 95% of service level. If you want 95% of service level, if you go back and see in your table, the corresponding standard normal variate is 1.645. So by this you got Z value. Z is 1.645. And the important thing here is safety stock is asking. I mean, I told you about this. This is safety stock, right? Right? ROL is equal to average demand during lead time plus safety stock. That is what is this, right? So he's asking safety stock. So you can do that. Safety stock is Z into sigma. I can do that. But what is lead time given here? Lead time is given for 4 weeks, right? So if lead time is given is 4 weeks, but standard deviation is given for weekly. This is weekly standard deviation, right? So what I have to do is that I want the standard deviation for 4 weeks, right? So, I mean, I'll take different thing here. I can say this like, if at all you have some sigma 1 for some data set, sigma 2 for some data set, sigma 3 for some data set. Like let us say data set 1, data set 2, data set 3. Let us say like this. So for data set 1, you have standard deviation sigma 1. Data set 2, you have standard deviation sigma 2. For data set 3, you have standard deviation sigma 3. If I mix this data set in one place, like I mean, I'm adding all these data sets in one place, like data set 1, data set 2, and data set 3. So combinedly, what is the standard deviation? Is like you have some sigma, let us say. So if you are mixing your data sets and you're getting some sigma out of it. So instead of data sets, let's say if you have been provided with standard deviations only. So if you have mixed the data sets, if you are given only standard deviations, so what you do, you have to convert standard deviation of data set 1, 2, 3 into single set. So you can do by this formula, like sigma square will be equal to sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square, like this. In the similar way, he is saying that like weekly standard deviation is 100 units, right? So I want to convert it into 4 weeks. So each week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. All the weeks we have standard deviation sigma 100, sigma 100, sigma 100, and sigma 100. Right. I want to convert this sigmas. Let us say, I mean, of course, sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3, and sigma 4. So if I want this complete 4 week standard deviation, what should I do? Is that like I take sigma is equal to, I mean, sigma square is equal to sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square plus sigma 4 square. This is how you have to convert a weekly standard deviation into 4 week standard deviation. So this is for 4 weeks together, right? So let me rub some stuff here, and I'll do here. Let me take this away. So, so as you know the formula, so I'm converting standard deviation for week 4 week. Let us assume that 4 week standard deviation is let sigma dash, where is equal to, we have sigma square for week 1, sigma square for week 2, sigma square for sigma square for week 4. So this is for 4 weeks together. So sigma dash square is equal to 4 sigma square. So that is like what? Sigma dash is equal to 2 sigma, right? This is what is your sigma. That is for 4 weeks. Now you have to utilize this sigma for calculating your safety stock. So hence safety stock is equal to what? Z. What is the Z value? 1.645 into sigma dash, and that is we are 1.645 into 2 sigma, and that is 1.645 into 2 into 100, and that gives your answer is 329 units as your safety stock. And that's a very good thing that people have done, because this thing, all these things, people, I think Lakshay, I mean Naveen and Abhishek, I mean, I don't know, I mean, if I'm not mentioning some other names also. So I think some people have caught the point. I'm very happy for that. So the first question answer here is it's 329 units. That is your safety stock. The key idea here is you are converting your standard deviation of 4 weeks into 1 week into 4 weeks. That's it. So continuing, you have second question asked. That's a simple one. Like you have second question, that is your ROL. ROL is nothing but average demand during lead time plus Z into sigma, and this is your safety stock. Already you have found out the safety stock. That is your 329 units. Of course, I told this average demand during lead time is lead time into demand rate, right? Plus 329. So what is the lead time? He has given 4 weeks into demand rate per weekly is 800, right? Plus 329 ROL. So ROL is equal to this is 3200 plus 329, that is that 3529 units. This is your ROL. Simple. Third question, I think there are some discrepancies there. People are saying, sir. So here the question he is asking is annual maintenance cost. Maintenance cost. Whatever it is spelling wrong, I think. Maintenance cost. So now weekly demand is 800. That's okay. For 1 week, you are having 800 of demand. But lead time is how much? 4 weeks. It means that for making a renewal, it means for making one replenishment, you have to order 4 weeks ahead. 4 weeks ahead, you have to do that, so that when we are starting that week, you are getting that replenished. But it doesn't mean that this 4 weeks you don't have any units to cover. You have some safety stock here. That is here. safety stock. So even though in the initial stages, let us say, I mean, of course, you have to maintain this also. Weekly demand is there, you're putting in garage and it is reducing. So people sometimes say that, sir, it's average inventory plus safety stock is your uh, what you say, the total amount that you are maintaining annually. But what I am, I mean, in the question, I think this is, there is a discrepancy here. According to the answer given, he's asking only for the safety stock, because annual cost of maintenance. You feel that like, sir, why shouldn't I include this average inventory? Yes, you're true. You're right. So the only problem here is, I don't know why, because I mean, this question I got it from previous year IES, question. This was asked in some 2000. I don't remember actually this year. It was a previous year engineering service examination question. Okay, so according to the solution, not solution, according to the key that they are provided, or according to the solution also they have provided, because for engineering service examination they won't provide any key or solutions. Yes, they won't do anything. They'll directly take the paper, they'll correct it, and they'll send it back to us. That's it. But there are two possibilities. One, Q by 2 plus SS is one of the possibility that you are maintaining annually, or SS. So if you're doing this, I think what is the answer you're getting? It is 800 by 2 plus what is safety stock? 329, right? So this is what is your uh, but the problem here is this 800 by 2 is per week. This is for 4 weeks. So that is the problem here. So you can't do this and this addition. You can do for one cycle. But here the problem here is lead time is not within the cycle, but it is somewhere way beyond. So that is the reason, I guess, you have to calculate only maintenance cost for safety stock. So if at all you are calculating annual maintenance cost for safety stock, so what is the safety stock? Safety stock is 329 units. So for carrying these 329 units annually, what is the cost that is asking? So so annual maintenance cost will be 329 into CC. What is the CC given? CC given is 0.2 unit per week. He is saying, right, per week. So you are doing into 2. So it is per weekly, but you want annually. So 1 year is equal to, I think it is 52 weeks. So multiply by 52, converting this into annually. So if this you are doing here, the answer will be 3421.6 rupees. Of course, the last question is little ambiguous. I accept that, ambiguous whatever it is. But here, to eliminate the ambiguous, because here he is giving weekly demand is 1 week, here this is for 4 weeks, right? So either you convert, you take the standard deviation of 1 week, that is like your 800 by 2 plus 100, and all these things you can do. But here again, it will depend upon your reorder level and all the stuff. So I think, I don't know why I feel there's some problem with this method, and I feel you can go by this method. That is the reason why I posted this as an answer. But if you feel still, sir, I have some, I have some doubt here, sir. I don't know what to do, because there is some problem here, because you are saying that like annual cost, obviously you have some inventory to be filled, and how do I calculate that and all these things. So I think he in the examination, the person should have given more information about what exactly he's trying to ask, or else he should have given some more information about what is the cycle time and all these things. We couldn't calculate that, right? So maybe by that we would have known like, okay, this is what is, he has given only lead time. We don't know what is the cycle time here. We don't know anything, right? So that's the thing. If we don't know cycle time, and we don't know the consumption, we know only the consumption rate, but we don't know what is the maximum quantity that is filled. We only know the reorder level here, right? So that's the reason why he should have given more information to calculate, including the quantity that we are ordering. Or If not, we can directly go for the safety stock and we can calculate the annual maintenance cost for only safety stock. So there is ambiguity here. So please understand or please uh, take this into consideration. I think sometimes this kind of things will happen in engineering sessions, especially. So hope I think your problem is clear in the WhatsApp group. So many people have posted, sir, why this, what that, this, and all. Is it okay? Hello. Okay, fine. Thank you. At least you understood the concept, right? That's what I require. It's required. So let me. So how Z is 1.645 in the table? I think you have seen it, right? In the table. In the go back and see the table. I don't know where I have put the slides. Oh, the slides are not here. If you go and see the previous class slides, if you have with you in say service level models, I have put one table Z and service level values, corresponding values with the corresponding values of service level and corresponding Z values have given. From there I have taken it. The table will be given in examination. Don't worry about it. Okay, so moving on.
Sir,
So there is another question that people have posted in WhatsApp. Somebody is asking some question. Yeah.
sir, in this question, even if we calculate using safety stock, uh,
Okay.
so sir, 329 is the safety stock for 4 weeks,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we should multiply by 13 to account for the safety stock for the year, because
That you
for
can
four
do.
weeks,
That's fine. That's it. That you can do. But here the thing is like if you're doing like this, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel to add these two things. What you're saying is right. Here you multiply 13 and here you multiply with 52 and you can do that. That's fine. But I don't like that because I want whatever is this inside this thing should be enough same weeks or same. It should be in same metric. That's the thing. Because I can convert safety stock of this standard deviation in 1 year also. 1 year means what would I do? I'll take sigma square plus sigma square. So I'll do this 12 times, but you will evaluate something different. 329 into 13 will be different compared to whatever the standard deviation that you're finding for 12 weeks,
yeah,
right?
correct.
So that's a problem here. That's the reason why I have doubt. That's the reason I have skipped this part and I'm going only for safety stock. Obviously, what people have got doubt is absolutely true. I couldn't clarify doubt on WhatsApp because it will raise to more questions. If I say that this, I kept quiet so that I can discuss it in class. That's it. Understood now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, now I think some people have posted. There's one more problem. No, what is the problem? There's a throughput rate of. That's what, right? That's the question, right? I think who posted this? Abhishek has posted this. The throughput rate of a production system is 20 units per hour. So what do you mean by this throughput rate is nothing but you are producing 20 what you say the units in hour. I mean whatever the production you're doing, no, if you have this data you are producing, no, in one cycle how much you're producing, and this is your demand rate. This is K, this is T, this is K minus T, right? So I think what is the quantity that he is one cycle is your throughput rate of production, 20 units per hour. Metro, yes, 20 units, right? And the average flow time is 30 minutes. It means that he's giving some flow time, like what is the uh, flow time. So there's a difference between flow time and cycle time. Okay, let me see that. So actually, if I don't know, I didn't see this question anytime. If this flow time is given, it means that is it this 30 and only production time is 3, I think. That is the case. And he's asking what is the average inventory in system. Average inventory is simply nothing but you have this triangle and you're consuming till here. Obviously this is q and this is 0, so it will be q plus 0 by 2, and that will be 0 by 2, that will be 10, if if at all he's asking average inventory. But I don't know why he has mentioned this 30 and 3. Let me see that. Is 10 their option? Yes, 10 is there in option. But what is this flow time? Let me. I think I should look into this, because till now I've been only concentrating on the cycle time as my total production time. Let me check about this flow time also. I think let me see that. I think if at all, maybe sometimes these two are redundant informations. I don't know, because sometimes he'll give. So just for average inventory, what would you do? You will just take, like, if you have this thing triangle like this, what you do? You take average inventory as like area of triangle divided by the T in the production system we have done, or else maximum by maximum production plus minimum production divided by 2. That is your average inventory. So if at all, let me check that. Let me also check that. What about flow time and cycle time? If at all these two are redundant, the answer would be 10. If at all these two are mattering, then answer would be something else. And let me check that. So keep this question as hold and come back to me in the next class. So one more question in group regarding ROL and service level. Huh. Okay. The distribution of lead time for an item is as follows. Okay. And he's saying that lead time demand is 80 and probability 0.2, and lead time demand is so and so. This is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. The reorder level is okay. Reorder level is 1.25 times expected the lead time demand. So the service level is asking the service level. So service level depends on the value of z, let us say. But here ROL is equal to, you can write it z into sigma. Z into sigma plus this thing. Okay, so I can't do this because he hasn't given anything about that. So okay, so this is a confusing question. In which year they have asked this? Anyone? Date 2005. Wow. Okay. Let me see the question again. Lead time demand is 80, 100. Okay. This is this. That's also okay. So let me calculate some cumulative probability. Let me. I should have talked. Wasted your time here. I should have done before only. Please, 1 minute. 0.2, 0.545, 0.75, and 1.0 is the cumulative things. That's okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what is service level? What do you mean by service level? Service level means number of units served without delay divided by the total demand. That is what is your service level. Okay, good. So service level means what? Like, what is the fraction of units that you have sold it to the sold it to the customer without any delay. It means that probability, I can say like this also, probability of no shortage, but minimum shortage you can say, shortage level. I don't want the shortage level. So service level more, probability shortage is no shortage is more, right? So service level I can write as 1 minus probability of shortage. Probability of shortage. Okay. So in this case, your ROL is 1.25 times than the lead time. It means that in this case, your ROL is here, lead time is this. So this is your demand rate, right? Okay. I think this is. Reorder level. What is reorder? Reorder level is number of units present at the time of placing order. Okay. I got it. Okay. Let me take this away. Eraser. Sorry. Okay. So what is asking here is he has given some data here that like 80 lead time, 100 lead time, 120 lead time, 140 lead time, and all these things. But I think there is no requirement of the data at all. I feel I don't know why he has given that thing. Equal to 1.25 times lead time. Lead time demand. He's saying it's not lead time. It's lead time demand. So if you take a thing like this, of course this is your ROL, and of course this is your lead time, and your lead time demand also is this only, obviously, because ROL means what? Reorder level. It means that you're seeing this is the quantity or this is the demand that will be served in lead time. So what he is saying, your ROL is more than the lead time demand, right? Because it is 1.25 times more than lead time demand. It means that your ROL is more and lead time demand is this. Lead time demand is this. This much is LTD. ROL is this. ROL is this. Because ROL will be more because ROL is equal to 1.25. So actually the lead time demand, whatever is there, will be sufficient enough to consume in this lead time, but you have more. So which can obviously will be serving the customer without any shortage. So if you are serving the customer without any shortage, obviously your service level will be 100%. So that's the reason why the answer is 100%. Is it okay? Hello? Hello? Is it okay? Okay. So what I'm saying here is your lead time demand is the demand, means what? This lead time demand is the demand rate or demand quantity that should be served during lead time. Is it true? Yes. But ROL also is the term that is used to mention this lead time demand only, because ROL is the demand or quantity that will be served in lead time. But your ROL is more than the lead time demand, that is 1.25 more. Obviously you have some extra quantity with you so that you will not be able to have any shortage during that lead time period. If you have shortage during that lead time period, your service level will be what? Without delay, by total demand, demand that you have. So what will happen here, if at all without shortage, so zero shortage. Zero shortage means what? 100% you are giving the customer. Let us say 100 people have come. So 100 people you have been serving. So obviously service level will be 1 or 100%. That's what I'm saying. Got it? Hello? I don't know why this data has been given here. I think to make you fool. I don't know. This only one sentence is enough here. Anyway, which year is this? I didn't solve this. Why no? So long back. Yes. You're saying that ROL is equal to safety stock plus average demand during lead time. You're right. So he hasn't given any. That's the reason. No, you have the safety stock. I think that's the reason. I think he's including this as 1.25 lead time demand. Okay. So this is not exactly. This is average demand during lead time actually. So he is telling only for one cycle. I think. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So is there any doubt in this? I think I'm clear with this. Anyone? I think there is some solution posted here in this. I think who posted this? Murli Krishnan. He's saying that what is his method? His method is that he's multiplying 80 into zero point 0.2. Let me see that also. Okay. So here LTD is this and probability is this. Summation of probability is this. So 140. So lead time demand is 112. I don't know why people are multiplying with this. Let me check this problem also then. But what I feel is that there is no useful of that data. Good man. These two questions are little really confusing for me also. So let me check this on my book or my notes, and I'll let you know both the questions. Let me know about cycle time and let me know about flow time in that question. And here also lead time, demand, and probability has been given. Let me check. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to waste time here. So let me check that. If at all the table is not required, answer is 100%. That is the reason why I'm saying. If at all the table is required, let me know and I'll let you know. Okay. So let me go from these questions. If at all if there is anything, I'll post this thing in on your group, because it's almost we have wasted some half an hour on this. So let's go to today's topic. So let me proceed. So in the last class, we have discussed about this operations research. That is like the father of linear programming is George B. Dancing, and what are the requirements of LP linear programming? One is your objective function, another is your constraint, and third one is your non-negative constraint. So, and also I told you I have given you some general statements. That is your max. This is your objective function. Okay, this is your objective function, and this is your constraint, and this is your non-negative constraint. So I've clearly mentioned what is A, I, J, what are these AIJ values, what are these XI values, XJ values, and what are this, CI values and all. I've already mentioned you. CJ is profit coefficient, XJ is decision variable or choice variable, AIJ is technological coefficient for substitution, BI is the resources value. So I told you that I will solve this question, or I'll make you understand this complete set of equations here through one example here. So this is what the example I'm going to talk today. So what is this? This is your objective function. So this is your objective function. So he has given an objective function. So assume that following specifies generalized linear programming. Solve it by using graphical method. So this is a simple linear programming problem. The first method to solve this linear programming problem is your graphical method. So this is your first method. That is your graphical method. Okay. So in that obviously I need three. One is your objective function. Next are your constraints. So these two are constraints or conditions that I'm talking about. And the last one is your non-negative constraint. Good. Okay. Last one is your non-negative constraint. So now there is a method that you have to follow to make this uh, objective function optimize. So I want to maximize this. I want to maximize this z subjected to this constraints. Always last one is considered as obviously because you can see both the values should be either 0 or more than 0. Obviously it will be a non-negative constraint. So there should be a specification of non-negativity because I'm mentioning it here because let's say if you have some 100 constraints, no 100 x1 x2 so on till x100 you have, and you are writing a computer programming. So of course you have to put this constraint in your program saying that my x1, x2 so on till x100 values will never be negative. It means that they should be 0 or more than 0. That is the reason why we have to specify or mention this non-negative constraints. Yes. Okay. Now, so there are some methods that you have to follow to do this. So graphical means you have to use a graph because how to do graph can be done by using a two-dimensional graph or you have a three-dimensional graph. Drawing a three-dimensional graph on a 2D paper is very difficult. So graphical method can be used only when we have two different variables only. So we have only x1 and x2 variables. We don't have x1, x2, x3 so on. So to maximize or to optimize two variable functions, we can use graphical methods by plotting that on a 2D paper. So obviously you have a paper, you plot that. Plot like this. So if you see, I will plot my constraints on a 2D plot. I'll rub this off and I'll write it here. So I know these objective functions, these are constraints, these are conditions, okay. So I'm plotting this graph 0 0. So if I plot these constraints, it means like what? I'll take this x1 plus x2, its limiting value is 5. So can I plot this value? Yes. How do I do? So let me divide this into groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fine. So if x, okay, I can take these two axes. One is x1, another is x2. Okay. If x1 is 0, x2 will be 5. x1 is 0, x2 will be 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let me take different thing here. This value. If x2, x1 is 0, x2 is 5. If x2 is 0, x1 is 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your line. So if you join a line like this, then what will happen? I can take a different thing here. So this is your x1 plus x2. So actually what is that? It should be less than or equal to 5. Less than or equal to 5 means I have to have a range of solutions. So either the point which is this side or that side, let us say point which is in A region or point which is in B region should be satisfying this equation. So if you go and how do you make sure, sir, which point A boundary should be I mean values which are on A side should be satisfying the equation, or values on B side should be. So what you do is that you substitute origin into this equation. If you are substituting origin into this equation, if it is coming out to be true, then you shade towards the, I mean all the values below this are satisfying this equation, right? So you substitute 0 0. If you are substituting 0 0, obviously this will be true. Means that I can shade all the values which within the region that I am shading will be true for this. Why I am not going beyond the values here? Because there is this non-negative constraint. It means that your x1 x2 will never be negative, so obviously your solution set should be only in first quadrant. So second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant are discarded because of the non-negative constraint. So that's the reason why I'm not shading beyond this regions. Okay, in similar way I'll plot my another constraint onto the graph. So plot another constraint. So I'll take 3x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 12. So I'll take some different ink here for this. That is your, okay, let me take this only. Shading, I'll take different ink. Okay. So if x2 is 0, x1 is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one. If x1 is 0, x2 is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So joining these two, the straight line will give you x1, 3x1, sorry, 3x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 12. So I should share it. Share it on which side? I don't know. So let me substitute 0, 0. So if you substitute 0, 0 in this equation obviously it will satisfy. So I should shade towards the origin only. So I'm shading towards the origin in different pattern here. Okay. Different pattern I have shared. So now identify the common shaded region. So common shaded region will be O, A, B and C. So if you take any value in this common shaded region, so common shaded area region, it will, that points will satisfy all these constraints. You take any value within the boundaries also. Take all the values in the boundaries and inside the boundary, inside the boundary, on the boundary also. Any value it will satisfy these constraints. Okay. Now let me, O is 0, 0, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is here. A is 4, 0, B is intersection between these two equations, that is, if you, what is the intersection between these equations, into 2 give you 10, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, 2, 3, no? Yes, 2, 3, and C is 0, 5. So these are your corner points. So once you got this common shaded area region, what you have to do is that identify the corner points of that common shaded area region. The common points here are, corner points are O, A, B and C. Now I'll write here O is 0, 0, A is 4, 0, B is 2, 3 and C is 0, 5. Now after finding out the corner points, what I will do is that I will calculate the objective function. This is your objective function, right? So I'll calculate the objective function at all these corner points. So Z is equal to, substitute these values into Z. So 6 into 0 plus 5 into 0 is total value 0. You substitute 4 comma 0 here in this, that is 6 into 4, that is 6 4 jar 24 plus 0, that is 24 here. 2 comma 3 substitute 12 plus 15, that is 27, and if you substitute this, that is 5 5 is 25, that is your 25. Now once you got this objective values, so what is the objective function here? Maximize. So what should I do is that I have to find the maximum value, that is your 27 here. So this is your maximum value, and x1 is equal to 2, x2 is equal to 3 will be the values at which your function will be maximum. That's it. This is your solution. So x1 is equal to 2, x2 is equal to 3, and z is equal to 27 will be your answer. So this is your graphical method. So I'm finding a solution for an objective function. What are x and x1 and x2 values, and what is the maximum value also, by some constraints that are given in the examination. Okay, this is how you have to do. So the method is like this. First you plot these constraints onto a 2D graph, then shade it. See whether this is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. If it is less than equal to, greater than or equal to, which side you have to shade will be clear. After shading it, you have to find the common feasible region, common shaded region they call, or common feasible region also they call. In common feasible region, you identify the corner points. Once you identify the corner points, you calculate objective function at each corner point, and wherever the objective value is maximum, that is your maximum objective value, and also corresponding variable values also will be taken out from the uh, values that you got here. Okay, so this is the method. So like this, I should have. So these are the steps. See here, I okay. Already your problem is written very well. That is your what is your objective function, what are the constraints. Sometimes the question is not given directly like this. They'll give some sentences. Production rate is this much. Some A and B are manufactured, and what is the profit? This is the profit. So you should be able to write this maximize function. But here in this case, somebody has already formulated the problem for you. So you identify the problem, find the decision variables, that is x1, x2, and so on. What is the objective function? What are the constraints? You write them. Okay. After that, you draw the graph that includes all the common feasible regions. So you plot the constraints onto the graph and draw the graph. And common feasible region means common shaded region they call. This is common shaded region. Okay. After that, find out the point within the feasible region that optimizes the objective function, and that points give the final solution. Obviously, what you have done is that point is your final solution 2 comma 3. Okay. Okay, this joke method I'll discuss a little later. So this is what is this. Can you try this problem and let me know the answer? There are 3 constraints here. I think you have to plot 3 onto your graph and tell me what is the maximum value of z and what are the values at which this maximum values are correct. That is, what are the values of x and y. Please try this. Yes, please do that and let me know. I'll give you 3 minutes because it's 3 constraints that you have to plot on the graph, right? So do that. So make sure in your paper you make the divisions properly. Like if you are plotting the graph, make sure the divisions on this side, divisions on this side, and this side are equal, so that the graph looks pretty good. Anyone?
30, 20.
How much is the answer?
The point I got 30, 20.
You're getting maximum value at that point only.
Yes, sir.
Is it? Who is this? Who's speaking this?
Sir, I'm Nibish.
Nibish. Okay. Let others also try. What is the maximum value you're getting, Z?
Sir, 2200, sir.
2000?
200.
Who told this?
Sir, Vikram.
Vikram.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, Vikram. You are right. And what is the point you're getting?
40, 10.
Excellent, excellent, man. Very good. You are right. Absolutely right. Good. So others also please try. Please try. I think Vikram has told this answer right. I want others also to do this part. Come on. I'll give 1 more minute. Excellent, Abhishek. You're right. Your answer is right. Forty comma 10. Yes, Naveen, you're also right. Okay, hope everybody is doing this, and it's true. So I'm not going to draw the graph. Obviously, looks like this only. I'm drawing the pretty much overview of it because it will take so much time for me to draw that. So this is this, and this will be your x, and this will be a y, 2x plus. So let me take like 10. How do I 10? Yeah, 10 is sufficient, right? Like, okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 2x plus 5. Oh my god, 90 also is there, man. Let me take 20. Okay, this is 20 then. So 90. So y is 90. Somewhere something here. X is 45. This is 20, 40, 45. Not in here. Here it is. So something like this you get. Okay. And x plus 2y. X is 80. 8 y is 40. 40. Something like this. And 50, 50. 50. So 50 here, and at least something b. Okay. So it will be something like this. Oh, sorry, man. Something like this. So you'll get some corner points like this, 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 and this. This will be your O. Let's say this is A, and this is B, this is C, and this is T. So let me write the equations here. The equation of this will be 2x plus y less than or equal to 90, and this is your x plus y is less than or equal to 50, and this is x plus 2y will be less than or equal to 80. Okay. So if you take O, betting the answer here, O is 0, 0, A is 45, 0, B is 40, 10, C is 20, 30, and T is 0, 40. So find all the values, but your maximum value was supposed to be at this point. If you substitute, this will be your 2200. Hence, answer is this. Hope you got this. Is it okay with everyone? So if sir, I consider each point as 10 into that's fine. So, but sir, from it came 2025. I think Naveen, I think you made something with the graph issue there. Please sort that. You define the intersection points by using your equations. Then I think you'll get the right answer. So I think hope everyone understood this problem and this is the answer. So if at all you have still any problems, take help from your friends. I think here Abhishek, uh, you know, Vikram and Abhishek, Vikram and Naveen. I think Naveen also has done this. He has some problem. Anyways, so please take help from your friends and WhatsApp group. I think this is pretty clear and understandable. Okay. So moving on. Slow movement. So okay. What exactly this is doing? What exactly is doing is that I'll tell this thing in this problem only. Let me take some different thing here. So what I'm trying to do is that I will take the, it is not visible. This is, so I'll take this objective function. Let me plot this objective function onto the graph. If you plot this objective function, that is 6x1 plus 5x2 is equal to nothing. So let's start. The minimum value for this will be 0, right? Obviously. Objective function maximum value will be, minimum value will be 0. It can't be negative because either x1 or x2 is not 0. As these two are not zeros, not negatives, sorry, as these two are now negatives, obviously z value will not be negative. The minimum value that it can occur as 0. So let me plot this equation here, that is your 6x plus 5 1. Let's say this is something like this. This is your objective function. Okay. Now what I'll do, I will move this line towards the shaded edge region like this, parallelly. Let us say this is a scale. I'm moving parallelly like this I'm moving, like this I'm moving. So obviously it will meet at an instant. This objective function will meet at this point, and that is your A. That is your A. And as you move forward, it will meet at B also. It will meet at B, and it will meet at C also. As you keep on moving on towards the shaded area region, you will meet the corner points. So, wherever your objective function line is farthest away from the origin, then that farthest point will be your maximum value. That is what is this slope mean. You take the line of your objective function and move towards the shaded area region. As moving towards the shaded area region, if at all wherever the point is meeting the farthest point of the shaded area region, and that point will be your solution. That is what is this slope method. If you read the sentences, you understand. To find maxima directly, we need to follow below steps. Initially, the objective function line is drawn passing through the origin. That is what I have done. Obviously, you have drawn the line that is passing through the origin. Yes. The moment the objective function line touches the feasible region point, that is the point of minima. Obviously, there is a point of minima 0, 0. The farthest point at which the objective function line touches the feasible region point, that point is your point of maxima, obviously. With the slope, if you are putting the scale here, if you're putting a scale like this here, and you're moving on the shaded area region, wherever there is a farthest point. So in this problem, this is the farthest point that is happening here. That is the reason why here we are getting the maximum value. That's it. So this is how this whatever the slope method is working. But this method is not useful in your examinations, because in engineering service examination, what will happen is that you have proper graph paper given, you have taken your protractor, side squares, and you take set squares, scale, all these things you have taken. That's the reason, divider. So all these things you have taken, that's the reason why you would be able to draw it properly. But what you do is that you find the corner regions. At each corner region, you find the objective function, and then wherever the maximum value is coming, that is your optimum point. That's it. So this is your graphical method. So can anyone try this? So please note, the value here is not greater than or equal to, it is in less than or equal to. Can anyone try this? Let me know what is happening. So please don't take much time. We are running out of time, so please do it fast. I'm telling again, if you substitute 0, 0 in this, it won't satisfy. This equation will not satisfy. Sorry, this
No
equation.
solution.
Huh? Who is this? Hello? No, no, it's not 9. No, Nazil, it's not 10. So let me do. I think there's a problem here. Let me do that. So I'm drawing the graph here. So let me take some points. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So x, if x2 is 0, x1 is 1. This one. If x1 is 0, x2 is minus 1. This is 0. So let me draw a line. This is your line. And this is your x1 minus x2 less than or equal to 1. So if it is less than or equal to 1, so your substitute origin, if you substitute origin, is satisfying, origin is satisfying? Yes, this is satisfying the origin. The shaded should be towards the origin then. So the shaded region will be towards the origin, and you should never shade in this region, because if you are shading in this region, it is not true, because this will be a negative value. Yes, Abhishek Goyal is right. The answer is infinity. You're right. So shade only in the first quadrant, that is towards the origin. And I am not shading in this region because this belongs to fourth quadrant. If you are shading in fourth quadrant, your point will be, your x2 point will be negative, which is not true, because it will go against your non-negative constraint. Yes. So let me take another point, that is x. Okay. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So again, which side should I shade? Substitute 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is not greater than 3, so this is not satisfying. So you shade against the origin. It means away from the origin. So you shade away from the origin. And please remember, I'm not shading in this region, okay? And I'm not shading here also, because if you shade in that region, then it won't be a feasible region, because it will violate your non-negative constraints. So now you see the common shaded area region is this, this, and there are no bounds to it, right? There is another counterpart. It will go beyond like this. It will be in infinity. We don't know. We can take whatever value you want, because we don't have any bounds. In the initial case, we have bounds, so it is completely bounded, right? It is completely bounded here. Here also it is bounded. It is not crossing the shaded region. But here the shaded region is not bounded, right? Hence, this solution in this problem, okay, I'll write here, in this problem, the feasible region, feasible means shaded region, the feasible, which is feasible, right? Feasible region extends to infinity, right? So Z will have no will have no bound. Hence, this solution is called unbounded solution. So this is one special case of your problem. That is your case 1, your unbounded solution. If at all your feasible region, this is your feasible region, is extending, feasible region is extending to infinity, then there is no bound on your z value. Optimum can be anything. You take any point of above this will give you maximum value. So hence this solution is called unbounded solution. Is it okay, everyone? Anyone need doubt? Okay, 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 okay. Can you try this also? I'll give 1 minute. Please try this. And this is good, man. I think who is this? Vikram has posted the solution on the WhatsApp group. Good, you're right. Thanks for the solution, Vikram, so that everybody can see this. Thank you. Okay. Come on, draw that. Yes, Lakshay, at what point you're getting 45? Only at that point? Never any other point, or only at that point? No, at 0, 12. No. In the common shaded region. In the common shaded region. So is 0, 12 in the common shaded region? No, it's not 94.2. It's not. Goda, please try it again. Not 90. Yeah, please rectify it. Okay, anyways, please look onto the slide here. So I'm plotting this x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 3 here. So I'm taking 2, 4, 6, 8 like this. I'm taking each integral of 2, hence this is 3 and this is 3. And I am having this is more than 0. If you're substituting 0 in this, it won't satisfy your shading away from the origin. So let me shade away from the origin. So I'm shading away from the origin. That's okay. And let me take another thing. This is your 30. That is your 15. No, 15 comma 10. 15 comma 10 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This is 15. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is 10. Let me draw the graph like this. So this will be 2x1 plus 3x2 less than 30. So if you substitute the origin, no, Vikram, no. Abhishek, 48 at excellent Abhishek, you're right. You're getting that is at 8, 0 and 2.4, 8.4. Okay, Abhishek, please don't convert that into decimals, put it in fractions only. You're right. Abhishek is right. Okay. So this is your common shaded region. It's towards the origin. So I'm taking in a different shaded pattern. Like this, like this, like this. Yeah, we'll keep on shading it. Okay. And now take the last one, and that is 3 8s are 24, 8 comma 12. 8 comma 12. 12. So let me draw the line like this. So this is 3x1 plus 2x2 less than 24. So again the common shaded region will be towards the origin. So origin. Okay, so I will identify the common regions, common shaded regions. This, 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 and this. So I can point this A, B, C, D, E. Yes, F subshake, you're right. 12 by 5, I mean 42 by 5, you're right. So if you see what is A here, A is 0, comma 3, B is How much is 0? This is like, how much is B here?